Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalrain, and in this video is another video for WoW Update. A type of video that I do only once a week, so it doesn't show up on the channel all that often. But in this type of video, we just talk about some of the WoW news that has happened recently, whether it is specific WoW updates that I found interesting that usually generally don't make into my other videos, or simply stuff that has to do with World of Warcraft but not exactly with the game. I will first start this video off by saying that I'm not trying to beg here, but I don't make this type of videos for WoW updates all that often. So whenever I get you guys' responses, it really helps me figure out what type of content you want to see from the channel, since I'm so busy with 2 videos a day. If you guys like these type of videos and WoW updates and you want me to continue, be sure to give this video a like. And I would like you guys to comment down below whether you want to just write a comment on one of the topics that I covered here, or if you actually want to start a conversation, because that's kind of what I want to do with WoW update videos. Anyway, without wasting any more of your time, let's actually get into some of the stuff I want to talk about. The first thing we could talk about, which is a quick one, is a brand new Orc Running Animation being added onto the PTR. Now, I'm going to have both of those listed side by side, the PTR version versus the live version. When I showed off to the live stream, one or the other, people have had a hard time figuring out which one do they like or if they look that different. But if you look at detail, there is a little bit difference. So what Blizzard want to do to eliminate the issues with the orc running is some of the complaints, like for example how on live it looks like orcs are running as if they're constipated, so they're trying to improve it. Do you guys think it's an improvement? Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like the live version, or are you excited about the PTR update in the future? Onto some other World of Warcraft news. We got huge optimizations for the game, some actual multi-thread processing optimization, and I think this is overall a good update, although it comes with a caveat, and I'll talk about it at the end. Let's talk about this, and I'm gonna use as layman's terms as possible for everything here. I graduated from IT, so I could go into the more details, but this is gonna be the base information. I'll have an article down below for you guys to read if you're more interested. World of Warcraft for the longest time has been a very CPU-bound game. That means most of the performance when it comes to frames per second, for example, is highly dependent on the processor that your PC uses rather than external such as GPU and more. World of Warcraft doesn't really use GPUs quite as heavily, GPUs being graphical cards, so NVIDIA cards or you have Radeon cards, it doesn't use them quite as efficiently. What this update does is it makes the game use the CPU cores you have a lot more efficiently, which will net you a lot more frames for a more enjoyable WoW experience. Now, this optimization is limited though to people using DirectX 12. To figure out if you can use DirectX 12, make sure you have Windows 10 OS and CPU and GPU that are both compatible with DirectX 12. This also should work for Mac users, this whole update, however many of you guys are out there. They have some benchmarks on Wowhead, and it does show that there is improvement. Without any kind of improvement on DirectX 12, it actually looks like a slight drop in frames, but with the brand new optimizations, it runs a little bit smoother. I went to test this, but I don't really know how to benchmark, so I'm not going to be able to give you guys all the different graphics and data that Wowhead was able to get, because I simply don't know how to do that. I would like to learn though in the future, but until then I decided just to load the game up and run around on Zuldazar. Now, there is going to be a difference between Zuldazar Live and PTR. On PTR, there's a hell of a lot less players, so it's a lot less models to render and a lot less spell effects for the game to pick up on. But I did run the game, and I did have OBS running. OBS was recording at 180p at 72 FPS. Don't ask me why I had to record at 72 FPS. It's a refresh rate thing with my monitors. And generally when I have the game running and I record in monitor rather than in game capture, it does something with the game where it puts a lot more stress. If I were to be on live game running and recording in monitor, I generally would get about 10 less frames. On PTR, however, I was actually getting 10 more frames on average. So I don't really know if those two correlate, but if I'm putting the stress on my game and I'm getting a bit of extra frames, I mean, it does kind of look like I'm getting a little bit extra improvement. So it only makes me wonder what the game is going to look like when I'm not putting any kind of stress on it. Overall, however, I think this is a great improvement for a game that's pretty old now. So it's great to see World of Warcraft on the hardware side finally getting some optimization stuff really added in. This isn't going to be huge, and most people that will be able to notice this are people that generally have pretty good rigs or more of high-end rigs. But This could also be kind of a double-edged sword depending on how Blizzard pull this off. Because on one hand, Blizzard created optimization to improve the game performance, but Blizzard also has had a track record of fixing one thing but breaking another. So we will see how this will roll out in patch 8.1. Hopefully more people will log on PTR to test this on different rigs to find out if there's any issues and submit bug reports. If you guys have a high-end rig and you want to test out your system, see how it runs or if it does anything, or if you know how to benchmark your PC and with World of Warcraft in particular, feel free to test it out and help out everybody, you know, get all the bugs out of the way before everybody else gets crashes and blue screens. Finally, in the WoW update, we're gonna talk about the big one that I saw, Asmongold's video. I feel like it's worth talking about. I've seen people do reviews of his video, responses. I've seen people just watch it on live streams, commentate, and make YouTube videos of it. So I just kind of want to chime in for a bit. First of all, it's super exciting to see Asmongold make a real video, because the only thing I've been seeing of Asmongold on YouTube are generally other channels that are not Asmongold using Asmongold's Twitch clips in order to make highlight reels. And that got really boring and annoying to see on my channel, and to see an Asmongold actual video by the man himself was super exciting. I don't want to spoil the video, I do want you guys to watch it, there will be links down below, but generally the video goes on talking a bit about World of Warcraft gearing systems, overall experience of the game from a player's perspective, and it highlights a lot of the views that some of the community members have been saying, whether it's on Reddit, whether it's on forums, wherever you may find. Now, I will say this, when you're watching the video does talk a lot about World of Warcraft issues. So it's completely opposite of a video that talks about everything that Blizzard is doing right and everything that Blizzard is doing that is great. It does offer a lot of constructive criticism, but it also does allow a bit of grievances of some of the issues that the man himself has or other community members have had. So when you go watch this video, just try to keep an open mind while watching. I feel like it's very easy for a lot of people to watch a video as well put together as Asmongold's, and instead of deriving the actual criticisms, people just tag and latch onto the negativity of it. But it's very easy for people to kind of just fall into the strait of negativity and start to champion causes for other people, even the causes that might not agree with. So if Asmongold sees the game as negative and you might see the game as positive, his opinions and views might as well convince you. So I feel like when you watch the video, make sure to figure out that it's your thoughts, that it's your opinions, that that's how you truly feel, rather than feeling like the video impacted how you feel about the game. Anyways, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching World of Warcraft update video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I like to hear you guys. If you want to start conversations, this is probably the best place to be. As per usual, if you guys want to reach me, we have Discord down in the description below. We have Twitter if you use that down in the description below. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you support this type of videos, and I do hope you like this type of content. It's very fun for me to do, to kind of get out of the World of Warcraft PvP or PvE side and just chat with you. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you guys in another video.